This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
Presenting petition. The honourable member from Calgary Skyview.
Mr. Speaker, I'm honored to present a petition demanding universal access to free contraception, which gathered thousands of signatures. Reproductive rights are human rights. We have seen access to reproductive care being restricted in states and countries led by conservative ideologues. This policy is based on sound economics, saves taxpayers' dollars, strengthens individuals, families, and communities, and makes life more affordable for everyday Canadians. Currently in Canada, British Columbia and Quebec provide coverage for contraceptives, while others, like my home province of Alberta, led by a conservative ideologue premier, does not. Now is the time to ensure that access to contraception always remains secure in Canada. A federal policy for universal access to prescription contraception would be an important step to protect reproductive rights in Canada. Hear, hear.
The honourable member, l'honorable député de
The honourable member for Châteauguay-Lacolle. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It is my honour to present two petitions this morning from the people of Châteauguay-Lacolle regarding the fight against online harms affecting children. And people have found that a growing number of reports show that Canadian children are exposed to sexual extortion online, in addition to other serious harms, through unfiltered access to platforms that directly or indirectly subject children to sexually explicit material, and children may be targeted by child predators online. So people call on the Government of Canada to immediately table comprehensive legislation on harms caused to children online to help parents and guardians to protect children from predators online and against unsought sexually explicit material, and that will hold technology companies accountable so that any platform accessible to children is safe for children. And at the same time, there's a second petition that has the same issue. Thank you very much.
The honourable member from Willowdale.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. As everyone in this House is fully aware, this weekend marked the second anniversary of Putin's unprovoked and illegal war on Ukraine. Given the unspeakable violence he has unleashed on Ukrainians, and I can speak to it as someone who's been there 3 times since the war started, I am incredibly proud to table a petition today that I have received from citizens across Canada. As members are aware, we have welcomed over 210,000 displaced Ukrainians to Canada, and this was pursuant to the Canada-Ukraine Authorization for Emergency Travel. And I know I speak on behalf of every member of this House when I say that they have been contributing to our communities from sea to sea to sea. So the petition I have been asked to table is to ensure that there is no uncertainty insofar as they are concerned in their future prospects and delays in implementing a PR pathway program for them. So they are requesting that, and they are calling upon our government to provide Ukrainian nationals displaced to Canada in the aftermath of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a streamlined pathway to permanent residence, which would address those who are not beneficiaries of the family reunification pathway announced on October 23rd, 2023. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member from Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've got 2 petitions to table here today. The first one that I'm going to be tabling is in recognition of Mother Language Day, which was celebrated last week. But what I want to highlight is the language of the Sindhi language speakers in Pakistan. There's over 60 million speakers of the language. However, their language is not recognized by the Canadian Consulate in Karachi or the High Commission in Islamabad, and they are looking to have their language recognized, as it is spoken by a great number of people, and it is a beautiful language. Mirbani, Mr. Speaker. Now, the second petition that I have today is in regards to medical assistance in dying. The petitioners are looking to seek the end of the idea of expanding medical assistance in dying to those with the sole underlying condition of mental illness. And the petitioners are looking for the government to not just delay it, but stop it altogether. Thank you very much.
The honourable member from Courtenay, Alberni.
It's an honour to table this petition today, and it's supported by the Canadian Farmers Markets Association. And I just, Mr. Speaker, also want to thank all farmers and farmers markets from coast to coast to coast. As these petitioners have signed this petition, they're calling on the Government of Canada to support Motion M66 and initiate a national program for all provincial farmers market nutrition coupon programs that would match provinces who already contribute to their farmers market nutrition coupon program, and also help provinces that don't have these coupon programs with program development. They also cite, Mr. Speaker, that farmers markets are a key tool for COVID-19 recovery as small business incubators, domestic system and food security builders, and local economy community builders. And the farmers market coupon programs are a key support for new market development and support for existing markets and their provincial associations. It would create more food security, resiliency by giving vulnerable people access to healthy, locally grown foods, and dietary education while positively impacting the physical and mental health of participants by increasing the amount of diversity of fruits and vegetables they consume. And this has been done in British Columbia. It's been done very well. So thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member from Battleford's Lloydminster.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. So I rise to table my first petition here on public prayer in the Canadian Armed Forces. So the recent directive that was issued to military chaplains banning religious symbols and public prayer at ceremonies like that of Remembrance Day, it actually undermines our religious freedom. And it's actually, ironically, one of the very values that our men and women in uniform have fought to defend. And so these petitioners are calling on the House of Commons to affirm the right of public prayer in our Canadian Armed Forces. The second petition that I will be tabling this morning is regarding Bill C-318. So adoptive and intended parents are at a disadvantage under the current EI system, and all parents are deserving of equal access to parental benefits. And Bill C-318 delivers equitable access for parental leave for adoptive and intended parents alike. And the Speaker actually has ruled that the passage of Bill C-318 requires a royal recommendation. So the petitioners, the citizens of Canada, call upon the government to support adoptive and intended parents by providing a royal recommendation that is needed for Bill C-318. Thank you.
The honourable member from Renfrew-Nipissing, Pembroke.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'm pleased to present a petition on behalf of the intelligent people from the common sense riding of Renfrew-Nipissing, Pembroke, as signatories, in addition to those from Nipissing, Temiskaming, and Kanata Carleton, as well as Nickel Belt. They're calling upon the government to repeal the regulations with respect to the restraints that they've been putting on natural health products. It was something passed last year. And the reason is millions of people rely upon this. And by taking these I would say vitamins and other health products, they can prevent getting sick and having to take pharmaceuticals. So the people really would like those regulations repealed.
Good idea.
The honourable member from Battle River, Crowfoot.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I rise today to present a petition on behalf of correctional officers in Mission, Matsqui, Fraser Canyon, and the surrounding areas who are concerned about the prison needle exchange program currently being operated by Correctional Services Canada, something that I've heard about in the institution in Battle River, Crowfoot as well. Drugs and drug paraphernalia are considered contraband in prisons, yet this government is forcing our correctional officers to simply turn a blind eye and allow dangerous drugs to be used inside of prisons. These correctional correctional officers are calling on the government to immediately cancel the prison needle exchange program, stop permitting the use of illicit drugs in Canadian prisons, and to focus on efforts helping to help inmates recover from their addictions. It's an honour to present this petition in the People's House of Commons here today. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The honourable member from Pickering.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I rise to put forward the petition on behalf of Madame Rousseau and students at the Uxbridge Secondary School. Mr. Speaker, we have over 647 signatures. Madame Rousseau and her students learned about Indigenous peoples in this country and specifically wanted to raise to the government calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. They specifically wanted to raise the calls to action 2, 9, and 19, which call for data that is necessary to measure the completion of these legacy calls. They also would like to call to action 30, which is asking the government to eliminate the overrepresentation of Indigenous peoples in prison. And Mr. Speaker, they want to ensure that the government is moving ahead with truth and reconciliation and these calls to action. And I'm very proud of the students in my riding at the Uxbridge Secondary School to have raised this and bring it forward to our government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member from Winnipeg North.
It's with pleasure I table a petition that I have tabled previously, and it's an emphasis on what I believe is the backbone of Canada's healthcare system, our nurses, and they're asking for governments to be able to cooperate in order to deliver better healthcare results and support nurses wherever we can. Interesting enough, Mr. Speaker, it also makes reference to the high costs of pharmaceuticals and the need for government to work with other governments to put into place affordable medications, which I think speaks well in terms of feeding into a national pharmacare program. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.